Go this part. We have people coming in right here. Well, we're live. Nick Braces is coming up to join us right now. But
Hello.
Nick, hello. This is
How are you?
what, fourth season,
Yeah,
fifth season.
fourth season for me. I don't know about you, but
Well,
for
a
me,
little longer, but that's not, in terms of the MLS, we're the same, right?
yeah, absolutely, yeah, equal everywhere, right?
Cold night.
I know. It just you never.
Every time we're doing this, it's cold. What's
I
going on?
I don't know. We blamed it on Blair when he came in today, but I don't know. It's always a chilly time, and again, we're in February, so expect winter weather. But as for today, I think we'll see some good soccer.
Which should be. There's two good teams. We have a new coach on New England coming in.
Yep.
We had a. I'm very curious about what might happen today because these coaches know each other very well.
Yeah, they do.
They work together on the national team for a long time. Even BJ was telling in the press conference that they worked together. They would kind of live together almost pretty much during time that they went with soccer with the national team for 50 days. And so, I mean, I'm curious about what, and I even asked him what the difference might be between them two. He wasn't too quick about saying what the difference are, but they say, well, they probably approach depending on the players they have the game in a different way. What do you think?
Yeah, I think so. I think the approach is a little bit different, but still great minds think alike, as they say, And again, like you just mentioned, these guys know each other pretty well. And coming into tonight, I think Nashville will obviously have the upper edge because they're at home, and there are a lot of new faces on this starting 11 that a lot of Nashville SC fans might be excited about.
One of the things that has changed on this team that, since we've been with it or following it for a long time, how many times you remember a week, just 1 week, where we have so many news about this team?
It was very, very little.
Yeah.
And it seems like now every single week there's more news and more news. We saw earlier this week, BJ Callahan signed to an extension. Mike Jacobs did a pretty good job with that one, right? And obviously the key thing is in each one of these contracts, it's through the 28-29 season, which means this is their window. This is their window of opportunity to win a lot of championships, a lot of trophies, or whatever it may be. But then, obviously, this morning, Sam Surridge.
That one I was expecting, to be honest with you.
Really? You weren't expecting that?
No. I mean, I was expecting them to sign Sam, but not
today.
Not today.
Yeah,
not this week.
Yeah.
Not this early in the season.
So what are your thoughts on all the signings now?
I mean, I'm quite happy about it because it seems like Mike is doing his job and it's kind of getting ahead of time for everybody.
Right.
Instead of waiting for somebody to start coming in after Sam, for instance, which is they already did in the preseason.
Yep.
Some teams in the Premier League. So he said, well, I felt he probably got scared.
A little bit.
Yeah, so I better do it before everybody else takes him away. And if they do, now they're going to have to pay a big price.
Yeah, a lot of Nashville SC fans are going to be watching for the one and only Christian Espinoza, who is probably the big offseason signing for this club. And I think he brings a lot to the table. And not just on one side of the pitch, but we all know what that right side of the pitch can do with Andy Nahar, Christian Espinoza. There's going to be a lot of overlapping runs. But this season is the one thing that we're all wondering about is that left back position. Obviously, the constant is Daniel Lovitz. He can definitely anchor that left side of the pitch, but you also got to factor in that attacking midfield position in that left side between Alex Muyl, Warren Madrigal, who has come onto the scene. He had a pretty good game in the CONCACAF Champions Cup. And then Ahmed Kassim, the signing last season during the U.S. Open Cup time.
We haven't seen yet what the starting lineup is for today. We even I asked BJ how difficult it was to actually come up with a lineup these days. He says it's been difficult. The players are making it difficult for him to choose. We'll see. I mean, we can actually venture into saying a lineup before we even get there.
Yeah,
we haven't got it yet. A bit to see how it goes, but I mean, my gut feeling is that from the little I've seen myself, that left side would be again with Alex Muyl. Because, and the reason I say that is because if PJ is saying that it's very close,
right,
the competition is very close, it means to me by no reason Alex Muyl is losing in them. They finish it up being the starting last season. So.
Yeah, and again, you got to put weather into factor of all this. It's cold, a little chilly, probably a little damp on the field. A guy like Alex Muyl who has like 9 different lungs that he can go a full 90 if you need him to. That's the guy you kind of want to start out the game with, have fresh legs and so forth. Yeah, if I had to give a starting 11, I'd probably go Joe Willis in net, Andy Nahar at the right back, the center backs, Maxwell Woledzi, and then Woledzi. I'm gonna get there. Palacios, Lovitz on the left, and then the midfield probably tags at the back, attacking midfielders, Will on the left, Espinoza on the right, Connie and Sam up top.
I'll
I
go
think
with
that's
you. I'll go with you.
that's probably the constant.
I probably want to. I would like. There's a couple of positions that we need to confirm.
Yeah.
Like one of them is the keeper.
Yeah.
I don't know. I mean, like I always said, I like to see Joe starting tonight. I don't say, but if it's not, then it's going to be.
I mean, as we see
what
behind
shaking.
us, there's three right now. It's
Three
Brian
right there.
Schwacke,
And we don't know.
Joe Willis, and Xavier Valdez.
You know,
So-
and they all look ready to go.
yeah, they all look ready to go. And again, that's the beauty about this team this year is the versatility.
Yeah.
Mike Jacobs and BJ Callahan have stressed that one word versatility and growth with this roster, and we're going to see it. And the fact of the matter is, you have a guy like Joe Willis, who's a consummate pro, a vet that understands how this. Come on through.
Yeah, go ahead.
Go ahead.
Go ahead.
Yeah,
No,
no,
go
go ahead. Yeah,
No problem.
and just the consummate pro that Joe Willis is, being I'd say a player's coach in a roundabout way, but
Yeah,
yet
yeah.
he still wants to win championships. So let's not get that twisted. But the fact you have young guys in Xavier Valdez and Brian Schwacke who are getting some valuable minutes. We saw against Lexington some good minutes there. Obviously, CONCACAF Champions Cup, some valuable minutes there. So this is a team, again, a lot of young talent that have the opportunity to prove their worth on this starting 11. So exciting year for a lot
It
of
is. It is. I mean, when we talk about starting 11, I'm going to stop for a little second back to the keepers, and I'm going to say why each one of them it should be a starter. Of course, I mean it's not a sentimental issue with Joe starting probably his last game, his first game in the season.
Yeah.
Maybe
That's
on this uniform. I would start Schwacke only because he's the winner of the only title this team has so far.
Yeah.
And then if you're going to go a different route altogether, depending on what BJ has in mind, then Xavier Valdez is the one because he's the one that plays better with his feet.
Yeah, and that's something I think we've recognized, especially in the CONCACAF Champions Cup match on Tuesday, was the way the goalkeepers are playing with the ball at their feet. And that's the new way of soccer. You're
Yeah.
going to see a lot more of that.
And that's Valdez.
Yeah,
That's-
it is for
this
sure.
year.
Brian Schwacke's getting there. I think we can say he's getting there. But that's the next step is that you want to keep everybody involved in the offensive buildup. And kudos to BJ and the way they structure all
And now, just for the sake of talking about lineups, like we are, what would you think if you see Mayer starting today?
Jack Mayer.
I mean-
I'd be okay with it. You want to know why?
Well, I'd be okay with myself, but most people are not expecting it.
No,
Yeah.
Coming into the preseason, I thought it'd be Maxwell and Jason
Yes.
as the center backs because of the way they close down small space. When you get a ball into the corner over here to the corner flag down
Right.
on the byline, they're going to close down space real quick. And again, that's more on just the technical ability they have. But if Jack Mayer starts tonight, I would have no issues with it.
Oh, I wouldn't either. I
And,
wouldn't.
and again, that shows depth. And again, that word again, versatility. You can do that with a guy like Jack Mayer.
And
Coming off CONCACAF Champions Cup game where he was the captain for the first time in his career, you know that guy's confidence is through the roof.
Oh, yeah.
So he could definitely play at center back if you need him to.
And I go back to what I said about the starting lineup and the doubts that BJ might have about the starting lineup. Not because there are any issues with him.
Right.
They were healthy. They were available. They're ready to go. But the fact that Mayer is still in the conversation tells me that he's going to be fighting for that position. Just like another example, Dan Lovitz.
Yeah, you're right.
Nobody's going to move Lovitz from there easily.
No.
I don't think so.
Now, unless the new signing that we talked about coming down here, Reed Baker Whiting. Your thoughts about the guy?
Well, I mean, this is the first guy in this team. Let's see. Let me think about it. Whatever. I believe, you correct me if I'm wrong, that can play both sides of the defender of defense, right, left.
Josh Bauer. Don't forget about Josh Bauer. He played right back last
Yeah.
year, played left back this year.
I know.
But I get what you're saying, though.
The difference.
A young player that has a lot of versatility that can play in multiple positions. He's listed online as also as a midfielder, but a wing back and can play.
And now he's by real. I want a guy that can play with both feet.
Yeah.
For sure.
And again,
Yeah.
that is a player to me that I'm like, oh, this is fantastic because it evens out the predictability on each side of the pitch. Because last season, I think a lot of teams recognize you're going to play the right side of the pitch with Andy Nahar and Christian Espinoza. You're going to overlap, play a little 1-2 in between with Yazbak. You're going to hit that triangle. But again, if you put a guy like Reed Baker Whiting in at some point as a left back, again, this is way down the line.
Oh, it is.
But that then evens out how you play this out. You no longer have to stay on the right side. You can now switch it to the left, and you can have that same 1-2 combo with a guy like Ahmed Khan.
Is that New England? New England coming in or?
That is New
Yeah,
England.
New England coming in.
Exactly.
Well, I mean, talking about that guy,
Reed Baker Whiting.
the one thing that you see him, like probably none of our guys have, that has already gone with Aníbal Godoy to was the only one that made those long crosses across the field.
Yeah.
He likes to do that. He does it really well. And once he starts doing stuff like that with his youth, with the way that he can play on both sides of the field, that would be difficult for anybody to come back and regain the starting lineup if he loses to him.
And we're seeing it now with BJ Callahan's system that you're kind of weeding out the old school roster a little bit. Some guys that were not really involved this season, obviously, they're no longer roster, but you're getting guys that have younger talent. Their legs are a lot more fit, and there's a lot more, like, there's a bigger ceiling for all those players. So, again, it's just how evolution of soccer happens. You're going to get new guys week in and week out, year in and year out. So this team this year has something special. I think there might be a championship on the horizon. And I'm saying that before the first kickoff of the season of the MLS.
I mean, I said it. I don't know. It's been a while already. When I said it, I was asking what I was thinking about this team for the next season. But I said, well, at least I'm seeing Nashville, honestly, right there. Even before we started everything with the movement, stuff they done on the off season.
Yeah.
At least I see this team has to be at least in the first 4 places of the East Conference, and that makes the team a candidate for the title.
Yes, I mean, they're for sure a contender. Like, I was looking online and reading a few articles, and every article I read was Nashville in the top 5. Nashville in the top 5.
How much you guys have to listen to what we say and what we did? I don't know, because everything is decided on the field.
Exactly.
As a matter of fact, if you go most people have Nashville in between the 4th and 5th place at the end of the season in the East Conference, and they have New England in the 20th place. I'm not sure about that.
Yes.
We're not going to see a 28th place tonight right here.
That's very
for
true.
sure. We're not going to see that. So Nashville coming in with all the new guys, especially I'm looking at my partner. Look at him right there. Warren
Madrigal. Your Costa Rican buddy.
That's it. Let's see. You got to start it up. Go ahead. Yeah. I want to hear it.
All right, here you go. Here's your starting lineup. In goal. You ready? Brian Schwacke. Guy that can be versatile in goal. Here you go. Daniel Levitz on the left. Maxwell Lindsay. Jason Palacios, Andy Nahara, something that predicted. Yazbek, tag set. You ready for this? I told you this in the press box. You didn't believe me. Warren Madrigal gets the start.
Wow.
Warren Madrigal gets the start. Sam Surge up top, along with Espinoza and Hani. So you're going to get that.
And Warren won the starting lineup in the last game.
Yeah. Thank you for saying that, because if you watched Tuesday night's match, you understood that Warren Madrigal plays pretty good on the right side, but for him on the left side, he can cut in. He's comfortable with taking the defender head on, and that's exactly what you need. That's what you need. You need somebody that can take a defender head on. Again, I told you in the podcast this past week, it was a position for Kasim to lose. And I think
we've been talking about that. Even in our conversation off the screen, off the microphone and everything, we're talking about that. It was Kasim to lose and Warren Madrigal to take. I told you he was going to play. He doesn't come here to sit in the bench.
Correct.
That's for sure. And I know that coming in. But the fact that he played like that on that particular game, I mean, it's amazing that a guy so young can set up his mind to fight right away from the very beginning. One thing that they were saying in the Costa Rican press, I read the press chronicles and stuff this week, was about how good he played in that particular game. Yeah. So, that was let me see, this guy coming just, I got all the
Tempo cameo. That Tempo cameo.
What's up?
You got through the finish line. The Coyote coming right on through. All right. Love that. All right, your predictions for this match after hearing the starting lineup.
Well, I mean, I believe that Nashville should take care of business here, and I'm going to go with Schwacke with his first shutout. 3-0 Nashville.
You read my mind. I'm going 3-0 as well. Goal scores. What do you have?
Warren Madrigal. I told you.
Okay.
I told you I wanted to see him score the first game in his first game in Jordis. Of course, I can get away from the talisman, Sam Surge. And well, let's see. Why not with Etsy?
Oh, you're taking a page out of my book.
Why not? I mean, why not with Etsy?
I'm gonna go
corner kick, header.
Exactly.
1, 2, or 3.
Yeah, exactly.
Why not?
I'm gonna go Sam. 2 goals. One of them being a header. The other one a pass from Espinoza.
Wow.
The way out on the flank there. Third goal. I don't know. That's a.
I give you one. Just think about it. Espinoza himself.
Deal. Espinoza. Okay. Sam Surge for a brace and Espinoza with 1. I'm okay with that. That's good.
That's pretty good. I mean, this is gonna be a fun night. I mean, I wish the weather would have been different. The stadium would have been packed for sure, but it's cold. It's cold right there.
I'd say it's roughly about 42, 43 degrees maybe, and the temperature's going to continue to drop as the night goes on. We had obviously a cold front come through. Hopefully it goes away, but doesn't seem likely.
No.
But yeah, those are our predictions. Make sure you check in for post game. We'll be doing this as well.
Yes,
Nick
we're coming back.
was 125 the game. Claudio Villalobos with National Total Sports. You can check out the final whistle reaction after the match, and also for the podcast, Talking Gaucho podcast from the Game National.
And of course, we have the whatever happens in the press conference. We also have it in our pages.
Indeed. All right. Take care. Perfect.
Yeah, man.
Good stuff.